disappointed, but they definitely weren't surprised, because this is Trippie Redd we talking about.
It's only been a month since Coi Leray shared the news that she's pregnant with Trippie Redd's baby, and already, he's been caught cheating. A lot of people were let down, but honestly, no one was shocked. This is Trippie Redd we're talking about. He's never been the kind of guy to stay loyal. What's even more interesting is that Trippie Redd and Coi used to date a few years back, but they broke up because he was cheating on her with other women. To make things even worse, Koi's late father, Benzino, actually supported Trippie's cheating, saying she deserved it for picking a guy like him. It's a whole messy situation, so let's break it down. A few days ago, Coi posted some cryptic messages on her Instagram stories, hinting that Trippie had been cheating on her. It's often said that actions speak louder than words, and in the case of Coi and Trippie, this truth couldn't be clearer. Coi recently shared a post on social media, reflecting on the painful reality of being cheated on. She wrote, "I believe that people's actions can make it clear that they have no respect or regard for you, regardless of what they say. Their actions clearly indicate that they don't value you. When you notice this, take it for what it is. Remember, actions speak louder than words." This message was particularly poignant, given everything that had been unfolding in her life. Coi followed up with another post, saying, "Nothing worse than being cheated on. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. God bless." These words resonated deeply with many people, especially considering how just a few weeks earlier, she had publicly announced on Instagram that she was pregnant with Trippie Redd's child. At first, many people expressed sympathy for Coi, recognizing the gravity of the situation and the pain she was clearly experiencing. But as the situation unfolded, a lot of people were quick to blame Coi for getting herself into this mess. The truth is, Trippie had shown all kinds of red flags the last time they were together. But despite all of that, Coi went back to him, only for him to end up doing even worse than the first time they were together back in 2019. It was a painful reminder of how easy it can be to overlook past mistakes in the hopes of rekindling a relationship or giving someone a second chance. Sadly, Coi's decision to give Trippie that second chance led her straight back into the same cycle of heartbreak and betrayal. When they broke up, it didn't take long for Trippie to release a song called Lay. In this track, he basically blamed Coi for their breakup, accusing her of not showing him enough love and being selfish throughout their relationship. The lyrics to the song were harsh, with Trippie reflecting on their time together and his feelings of misery. He sang, "It was love at first sight, and misery after 2 months." These words seemed to point the finger directly at Coi, as if to suggest that she was the one who caused the downfall of their relationship. It's a common tactic in toxic relationships, shifting the blame onto the other person instead of taking responsibility for one's own actions. This behavior from Trippie was nothing new. It's a pattern that has followed him throughout his relationships, and many people weren't surprised when he chose to air his grievances through a song rather than addressing the situation directly with Coi. His actions seemed to validate what Coi had been feeling all along, his lack of respect for her and the relationship they had. She had put her trust in him, and once again, he let her down in a way that was both hurtful. For many, this situation was a reminder of how toxic relationships can be, especially when the people involved are not willing to take responsibility for their actions. Trippie's behavior was a clear example of someone who was unable to acknowledge the damage they had caused, and instead, chose to deflect and blame others. The fact that he was willing to release a song blaming Coi for their breakup only further demonstrated his lack of maturity and emotional intelligence. On the other hand, Coi's decision to stand up for herself and publicly acknowledge the pain she was feeling was a powerful act of self-respect. Despite the heartbreak, she wasn't afraid to speak her truth, and she made it clear that she wasn't going to let anyone's actions, including Trippie's, define her worth. Her posts on social media, while heartbreaking, were also a declaration of strength, a way of reclaiming her narrative in the face of betrayal. In one post, she pointed out how her own actions were a reflection of the way she valued herself. She refused to let Trippie's actions make her feel small or unworthy, even if they had caused her pain. Many people online rallied around Coi, offering their support and showing her that she wasn't alone. While some criticized her for returning to Trippie after he had shown all those red flags, others understood how difficult it can be to walk away from someone you care about, even when you know they've hurt you. It's a complicated situation, and there's no easy answer to why people stay in relationships that are clearly toxic. But Coi's story served as a reminder that we all deserve to be treated with respect and love, no matter what our past may look like. As the story continued to unfold, more people began to question the choices Coi had made, but also, more people began to see the toxic behavior that Trippie had displayed. Some people pointed out that Coi probably didn't want people speaking on her father's issues, and others questioned why she had gotten pregnant without a commitment from Trippie. These conversations are important, as they highlight the need for self-reflection and better decision-making in relationships. It's clear that everyone involved could have handled things differently, but ultimately, the responsibility lies with the individuals who make the choices. Looking at this situation from a broader perspective, it raises questions about what we accept in relationships and why we allow certain behaviors to persist. When people stay in toxic relationships or go back to someone who has hurt them in the past, what is driving those decisions? Is it love, fear, or a sense of obligation? Coi's story is just one of many that highlight the complexities of love and betrayal and the emotional toll it takes on the people involved. In the end, Coi's journey is one of growth, pain, and self-discovery. She may have made mistakes along the way, but she is also learning from them and finding her way through the darkness. Trippie, on the other hand, seems to be stuck in his own cycle of self-sabotage, refusing to take responsibility for his actions and instead blaming others for his mistakes. Whether or not their paths will cross again in the future remains to be seen, but for now, Coi is focused on her own healing and moving forward with her life. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Coi made the right choices? Or do you believe she should have walked away sooner? What about Trippie's behavior? Was he in the wrong? Or was Coi just as much to blame for staying in the relationship? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out other videos that dive into even more messy, complicated situations like this one. Trippie went on to say he was always feeling messed up, either by love or by not having it. He claimed she was only messing with his feelings because she didn't know her own. He added, "I do miss who I thought you were, and sometimes I'm miserable without you, so it's like you're still here." It was clear he was trying to throw shade at Coi with these lyrics. But Coi didn't clap back right away. It wasn't until 2020 that she spoke up, calling him out for letting his ego mess up their relationship. She said, "I met Trippie when he was 19, and I was 21. We were just both young. I'm a new coming female artist. I had a lot going on. I had a big team, and he had a lot going on at the time too. I just felt like it was not the right time for us." But Benzino's advice to Trippie was pretty wild, though. He said, "Any advice I would give him with KY being pregnant is to understand that she's going to go through hormonal changes. Don't take it too personally if she's flipping out. Just let it calm down. It's a mess, honestly." Then you've got fathers like Method Man, who are ready to step up and protect their daughters from their boyfriends. And then there's Benzino, who's giving his daughter's baby daddy a pass to cheat while she's pregnant. You really can't make this up. Thankfully, Tia KM caught wind of all the drama Benzino was stirring up. Interview, and she jumped on Instagram to drag both him and Trippie for disrespecting Coi. She called Benzino out for his dead behavior and said if his no-neck having self didn't have nothing better to say, he need to shut his mouth. Trippie Redd, "I'm on your I'm a you up by Coi Leray. Boy, you think you got these bats and tattoos all in your face and under your eyes, and she like scars in your face cause she didn't have to go do that with you, bro. She ain't have to go do that. I could have found her to go do that with. She have to go." Instead of trying to see things